Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. Today I'll be talking about the article that you see on your screen, which says dirty money piling up in Los Angeles as coronavirus cripples international money laundering. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I upload these kind of interesting and fascinating videos on world politics and geopolitics every day. So you really don't want to miss on any of that. And also let your friends and family know about this channel and also tell them to subscribe. So let's get started. So Los Angeles. I have lived in Los Angeles for almost 4 years. Okay, I did my master's in computer science from University of Southern California, and it is still called as the City of Angels. That's why it's called Los Angeles. You know, it's a Mexican name which says that it's the City of Angels. So yeah, I have seen a whole lot of things in LA. Okay, in downtown LA, it's you know when I started university in Los Angeles, at my inauguration, I was told that don't go in downtown LA during the nights because there are limousines around and they can literally start gang wars over there. So yeah, LA downtown is a pretty scary place. Okay, just like Chicago downtown or New York downtown, they have many gangs that are fighting for influence in all of these cities. And in Chicago, you might have heard there was a guy named Al Capone, long time back. Okay, but even today, money laundering and drug trafficking and international crime gangs, all of them run very like as a matter of fact sort of thing in most of these cities. Chicago has the highest crime rate in the entire of US. Okay, we usually hear about many deaths happening in the schools in different parts of America, but in Chicago the homicide rate is just astronomical. Okay, I mean in Chicago people get killed almost every day. So let's look at this article. With storefronts closed, supply chains in disarray, and the global economy in peril, money laundering schemes are hobbled and cash is piling up in LA, the city's top drug enforcement official said. So what this means is that this is a very interesting article. That's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. Los Angeles survives on Mexican and Chinese drug trafficking and money laundering money. Just understand this, and this is out in the open. They are not even trying to hide this. This is an article in the Los Angeles Times, okay, which is a pretty reputed newspaper in the US. So I'll read a few more things into this and then I will give you my analysis of this article. Dirty money is piling up in LA. In the last 3 weeks, federal agents made 3 seizures that each netted more than 1 million in suspected drug proceeds. Okay, just in the last look at this. Just in the last 3 weeks, they have made 3 seizures of drug proceeds of $1 million. If you guys have seen Narcos, right, the Netflix series, it's exactly something like this. Okay, Mexico has many drug cartels. Okay, and even the Chinese money is now piling up into many cities in the US, right? So if you look at New York, almost half of the real estate investments that happen in New York are done by Chinese multimillionaires nowadays. The reason, according to the city's top drug enforcement official, the coronavirus pandemic has slowed trade-based money laundering systems that drug trafficking groups use to repatriate profits and move Chinese capital into Southern California. This is just so interesting. That's why I really wanted to, get a hold of this article. Chinese capital is coming into Southern California through drug trafficking and money laundering, which is just astonishing, right? Now, why do Chinese multimillionaires want to push their money into Southern California? Do you understand this? It is because like they want to hide their money from the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. In the last 20 years, China has had like an astonishing growth, and that's why many multimillionaires and billionaires have propped up into China, and now they want to hide their money from the CCP. So that's why they use these kind of shadow investments into Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and even in Toronto, Vancouver, to hide their money. Okay, with storefronts closed, supply chains in disarray. This is the same kind of paragraph. The recent multi-million dollar interceptions were reminiscent of seizures the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, okay, made before drug traffickers embraced trade-based money laundering, said Bodner, 28-year-old agent. Okay, so what happened is that DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, has been trying to curb the illegal drug trade that comes into America. Okay, but what is happening is that they are finding but the drug traffickers are finding newer and newer ways to bring drugs into America, because drugs is a very, very, very big business in America. Okay, just the other day there was a big tunnel that was dug from Mexican City to San Diego. Okay, and the tunnel was so big that literally a car can pass through it. Just imagine this. Okay, that's how big that tunnel was. And how does anybody build that kind of tunnel when nobody is even aware of that, right? So this has been happening for long time. Okay, Mexican drug cartels just survive on American businesses. Okay, that's just the hard truth that everybody needs to understand, that drug business is a very, very important thing in Mexico. The shuttering of non-essential businesses has made a tremendous impact on a money laundering system dubbed the black market peso exchange, he said. In the fashion district in downtown LA, I have been here many times. The fashion district in downtown LA, the exchange's epicenter. Drug trafficking groups from throughout the country use wholesalers to remit profits to Mexico, according to cases filed in federal courts in LA. Just imagine this. Now look at this. The DEA is seizing bulk cash. This is the bulk cash, and they hide drugs into many different sort of pouches, or even at the back of the car, or they use many different methods to hide drugs while they enter the US. Because in the US, in LA, to be honest, I have been asked if I wanted drugs in LA. This is for real. I mean, this is my personal experience, that if you walk through the downtown LA for some time, you are asked by people, mostly they are black people. They ask you for, do you want to have some high. Okay, high in the sense like drugs. Okay, like marijuana or cocaine, or all of these kind of things. So this is a pretty big deal in downtown LA. Okay, people literally survive on drug money. There are families that are built on drug money in Los Angeles. Okay, Stephen Migrant, a federal prosecutor in Oregon who charged 6 people with laundering heroin proceeds through Los Angeles businesses, said two primary factors drive the exchange. Drug trafficking groups need to convert dollars to pesos, which is expensive to do legitimately, and they need to move money from US to Mexico, which is risky to transport in cash. Okay, now this has gone to Oregon. Oregon is the state that is above California. Okay, so this has literally gone to the entire of US. So California is the main hub of drug trafficking in America, and then it spreads to many other parts of the country. Okay, so just understand this. There are two main reasons why this happens. Okay, drug trafficking groups need to convert dollars to pesos. Peso is the Mexican currency, and on top of that, it is very hard to move money from US to Mexico. That's why they also do these kind of things. So this just goes on to say what exactly has become of America so far. Now I'll just go through one more paragraph and then I will stop. Developed by Colombian cocaine traffickers, Mexican cartels initially did not embrace the black market peso exchange. Okay, finding it easier to simply smuggle bulk cash across the border and launder it in Mexico. That changed about 10 years ago, he said, when the Mexican government tightened financial regulations and restricted the flow of dollars into its banks. So the Pablo Escobar, okay, that guy was from Colombia, which is a country in South America. Okay, and then, to be honest, the entire Latin American country just survived on drug traffic to America and even Canada. Okay, I'm not discounting Canada in any way in this matter, but all I'm saying is that all the Latin American countries, starting from Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, the Caribbean nations, then you have Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador, what else? Guyana, Suriname. All of these countries just survive on drug trafficking to America. Pablo Escobar literally built a very, very big empire, okay, based on drug trafficking in America. So this is just drug trafficking 2.0 that is happening. Okay, the coronavirus has also cooled Chinese capital flight. Just understand this. Okay, he said, which before the pandemic was the primary driver of international money laundering. Chinese capital flight, what does that mean, right? Because Chinese people are trying to just store their capital into international locations, as if there's no tomorrow. But with the coronavirus pandemic, this has stopped the international money laundering that happens from China into many different parts of the world. Okay, so there is a triad group in Hong Kong. if you know what I mean. There is a triad group in Hong Kong, and then there is the Yakuza in Japan, right? So these are all the mafia groups that operate in Southeast Asia and in Japan, and China uses all of these people to do international money laundering and black market trading all over the world. Okay, so just understand this: a Chinese national who wants to convert yuan to dollars and stash it in the United States will contact a broker. The broker instructs this person to pay a factory that produces chemicals used to make methamphetamine or fentanyl. Fentanyl is literally like a very killer drug that is manufactured in US and in Mexico, that is transported to the US, sorry, and which is manufactured in Mexico and other Latin American countries. Okay, so why do Chinese people invest into US? Okay, but the reason is that they want to just hide that money, and it is very hard to convert yuan into US dollars like illegally. Okay, that's why they just use this kind of route, because they just want to encash on the drug trafficking market and the money laundering market that is just propping up in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles downtown is a pretty scary place. To be honest with you, I have been there multiple times, and the instant you approach like 9 p.m. or so, things really start getting pretty shady over there. Okay, people start propping up many different kind of drug shops. Okay, this is real. I mean, I'm not making any of this stuff up. Okay, this is real, that people literally sell illicit drugs in Los Angeles, and there is also police corruption. Okay, there is a huge amount of police corruption in Los Angeles. Okay, so many of these illicit drug traffickers, they pay the cops. Okay, like how it happens in India, right? They pay the cops protection money so that they can allow them to keep on selling drugs. Okay, so police brutality, police corruption is a huge thing in America. It's not a very big deal. If you look at many cities across the US, the most number of incarcerated people all over America are just black people. Okay, African Americans, no doubt about that. I mean, there is just the statistics speak for themselves, right? So the most amount of people who are jailed, incarcerated in the sense like they are jailed in America, are African Americans and black people. Okay, and even the black people are jailed into the US for just minor crimes. Okay, like very minor crimes, like shoplifting and other things. But the white collar crimes are never going to get white people jailed. Okay, so as you can see, what do you call that, the Roger Stone thing, or there is Harvey Weinstein, right? Or there is or the many other white collar criminals that never get punished, but black people are really very much targeted in America as much as possible. So this just goes on to say what Los Angeles has become. I've lived in this city for 4 years of my life, and I can definitely vouch to you that most of the things that are written in this article are absolutely true. So if you learned something new from this article, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and please subscribe to my channel, because subscriptions really tell me how I should take this channel ahead. And if you guys are liking my content, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.